easy to do. And it's, I'm not like condemning or slapping anybody's hand. I'm guilty. I did it in my first company. I was slapping stuff everywhere. I was like, blah, blah, blah. Spammy Spammerson. But what I think is important to remember is if we give them all the information on our personal profile, they have zero reason to message us and get into our inbox. And then we don't get to control what they do. And so what happens most of the time is they might click on your link, but they aren't going to buy right away. And then when they think, you know what, I really do want to try that, they're not going to remember where that link was, and they're just going to go Google HempWorks. And if you went and Googled HempWorks right now, the very first few things you see are ads paid for by other people in HempWorks, and you just lost your customer. So it's just not smart. Get them in your inbox and talk to them about the products so that you can control the conversation and then have a way to follow up with them, right? You know, another thing that I think is super important is if you don't have a list of people, and you know, I've heard people that are like, oh my God, that's so old school network marketing. You know what? I think that old school network marketing principles apply to today's network marketing. End of story. And having a list of people that you can reach out to, especially if you're brand new in the business, and so many of us are brand new because we all just got started, you know, 60 days ago, right? So I think that it's super, super smart to have a list of people that you're reaching out to and just letting them know. You're not asking them to buy a product. You're not asking them to join your team. You're asking them to be open to taking a look. All you're doing is planting seeds. You know, Jim Rohn says it best. We're constantly planting and harvesting, planting and harvesting. And so what you're planting right now, you're going to reap the harvest for in 30, 60, and 90 days. If you aren't planting any seeds now, you're going to be the person that is in your upline's inbox in 30, 60, 90 days. You're like, this just isn't working for me. Nobody wants it. Right? I've seen it over and over and over again. So it's so super important that we're constantly planting seeds. And that's going to come back to the networking part of network marketing. You got to be making new friends constantly. And some people get really hung up on this because they're like, I don't know how. There's a little button on Facebook that says add friend. That's all you have to do is click it. If you decide later the person's not your person, delete them. It's not that big of a deal. I delete people all the time. I delete people all the time that are using trash language on their profile. If they're using trash language, I'm not trying to fix all that, right? And I'll delete them all the time. I've even gotten messages after I've deleted somebody and said, why did you delete me? And I'll tell them, because you used foul language and was acting like a train wreck, and I'm not trying to be a part of that. If you clean up your act, let me know, we'll be friends again. Right? And so just, you know, don't get so weirded out about just clicking that add friend button and deleting people that you have to delete, right? Super, super important. Next thing is showing up for the things. And obviously I know the numbers because I'm the one behind the scenes, me and my assistant, we'll call her Susie, seeing all the numbers, right? Susie and I can see who opens the bot messages. We know who's opening them and who's not. And then we know what's interesting is it's those same people that aren't opening the bot messages that are in the inboxes of leaders and in chats asking questions that the bot answered, right? Second thing is they're not getting on the lives that we do on Sunday nights and Wednesday nights. We do those lives to help you guys earn more money, to expose your people to the opportunity and to the products, right? I give away legitimately hundreds of dollars worth of stuff. I don't have to do that, guys. I could literally build a massive business and never do a live giveaway, right? I could do that, but I do it because I want you to build a massive business, right? And so I think it's super important that, you know, on Sunday night and Wednesday night, you have a place to be. It's sort of like the job you have to go to in your car, right? You're going to show up and you're going to participate on that live, and you're going to invite your people to watch, and you're going to comment along on the live video as well. You know, it's super, super important because what you do, your people will do. So you know how like whenever you're on a live video and you can see in green when somebody you know hops on, right? And you're like, oh, you know, I know her, right? So think about that for a moment. The people that you're enrolling into your business and then they're not seeing you on the live video, they're like, well, Erika didn't show up. Why do I got to show up? Right? You know, I said this whatever week that I had the Grinch face on. I was super, super sick. And I was completely irritated because I had to have my face painted at 2 and the live wasn't until 8:30. And I had to wear that makeup and I couldn't eat and I couldn't drink, but it was the only time she could do my makeup. So I was sick. I felt nauseated. I thought I was going to throw up the entire live, but I showed up. So many of us are like, I just don't feel good. I'm going to go to bed. right? Okay, well, this, I promise you, you can hold while you lay in bed and don't feel good. And just comment on a live video. Super, super important to show up, not just for yourself and for the people that you're bringing into the business, but for the team that you have or potentially will have, right? Super, super important. You know, another thing that I think is so incredibly vital is staying connected. It is literally like almost like I could write out a formula for how this plays out with people. The moment people start disconnecting from their upline and from their team and from their sideline, from the live videos, from the bot, is the moment that they start moving further and further away from doing the business, which means they're moving further away in the opposite direction of their dreams, right? So here's the thing. I think it's so super important to stay close to the fire and stay close to your upline. It doesn't mean like you've got to have conversations nonstop all the time, but just, you know, reaching out and saying hi. Right? You never know. There's been so many times, like, you know, with Erika-Michelle and I, that, you know, I've reached out to Erika and I'm like, I just need you today. I just need you to, like, today I reached out and I was like, hey, I need you to read this. I need you to help me word this. Like, I needed Erika. Right? And then there's times we just laugh and we have a good time. Right? But staying connected to your people is super, super important. And you staying connected to your uplines is super important. You know, I say this all the time. People always ask, you know, how did you do what you did? All I did, well, first of all, I was just determined. Desperation was my biggest motivator. Every single time that I started a new company or started, like, period, I was broke. Like, when I walked away from my last company, they weren't going to give me another check, and we depended on that income to pay our bills. And so if I didn't make income and make it fast, we were going to be in trouble. And so desperation was my best motivator, right? And I just freaking inserted myself everywhere. I stopped caring about what people were going to think of me, and I just inserted myself everywhere. So, like, for instance, I brought a product from a different network marketing company, and they added me to a little group chat for, like, accountability, right? I took over the dang chat. I'm talking more in that chat than anybody's talking in that chat. They're all giving thumbs up left and right. I'm over there having full-on conversations like, you will like me, you will come to my page, you will be my friend, and you will join me, right? I insert myself literally everywhere I am. You are going to know me. You are going to know who I am. You are going to be curious about who I am, and you're going to go over to my profile and you're going to check me out, right? But the only way I'm going to do that is if I just stop caring about what people think. Do you think I care about what the 30 other people in that chat are thinking about, whether they're all sending thumbs up? And I'm like, you basically just shot a bird. Why are you shooting birds in the messenger? Stop sending thumbs up, right? If you didn't know, I hate the thumbs up. I truly feel like it's shooting a bird. Now, moving on to something else. Let me have another chat. She's like, question mark. I hate the thumbs up. I totally hate the thumbs up. I would rather you tell me to shut up than to send me a thumbs up. At least I would know what you're thinking. And with this, I'm just like, does she like me? Does she not? I'm not sure. Maybe she does. I don't know. Just curious. You know, another thing that I think is super, super important is that you are constantly open for business. Whether you want to do this full-time, whether you want to do this part-time, whether you want to do this half part-time, that is irrelevant to the principle at hand. You have to show up consistently on your profile if you want to be the person that that person thinks of when they think of CBD, or when that person thinks of joining an opportunity, right? It could be a simple post a day, whether it's just gratitude, whether it's about CBD, whether it's about the opportunity, whether it's a giveaway post, whether it's sharing the live video, that we do on Sundays and Wednesdays, whatever that looks like. But showing up every single day on your personal profile is how you're going to create momentum and success. And if you want to do it on social media, if you don't, you're like, you know what, I'm going to go door to door and sell CBD. Awesome. Let me know how that goes. But if you want to do it on social media, then you're going to want to show up consistently on your profile. And here's the thing. I remember thinking this to myself, like, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm going to be so terrible. No one is great. I still make posts that flop, and I just go and I hide them from my timeline. I don't get caught up in the outcome. I try things, they work, maybe they don't, right? Like, for instance, Erika-Michelle had been trying when we very first started, she would make these posts about, I have one spot with 16 people, 400 pre-enrolls, act now. They didn't work for her. They were working like crazy for me. I was recruiting like 5 people from one post, but they weren't working for her. But she didn't stop doing them. And then last night she does them and she recruits somebody, right? So just because something didn't work for you one time doesn't mean that it won't ever work. Sometimes it's just people are just still watching. They're just still watching, and maybe they didn't believe. They're like, oh, whatever. She does not have a 16-person team she's giving me, right? And so sometimes you just have to keep saying the thing and doing the thing. But I think the most important thing is, writing down how many friends you have, right? If you thoughtfully added 5 people a day, I don't even know the math on that. What's the math on that, Erica? It's about 30.
150.
That's 150 new people that are going to be exposed to your personal profile in 1 month. And then multiply that times 12, right? It's just 5. Maybe you do 3. Three's 90, right? Do 3 a day. Thoughtfully add 3 people a day where you quickly do the 10-second scroll on their Facebook. You're like, oh yeah. I think me and this person, we get along just great, right? What I will tell you is don't friend somebody that's going to drive you crazy. I delete people all the time to get on my nerves. Don't friend somebody if you go on their page and everything that they're sharing is something that you completely don't believe in, right? Don't do that to yourself. Don't let that occupy that space in your head. Like don't let them have free rent. Another thing that I think is super, super important is knowing your numbers. Right. Like Erica messaged me earlier. She's like, this is where I am. This is how many bottles of oil we need to sell as a team as a whole so that we can reach this goal. It is so important to know your numbers so you can track them. Guys, I'm not even lying to you. I have got, because it's month end and month end gets crazy, I have got Post-it notes. I'm trying to get them all in my hand so I can show you. I've got Post-it notes scattered everywhere with numbers. And it's not just my numbers, because at the point where I'm at, I'm counting teams' numbers. Like, okay, this team needs this to go 5K. This team needs this to go 10K. This team needs this to go 25K. Know your numbers. And it's easy to do. All you're going to do is divide the amount of volume that you need by 40. That's how many points you get for 1 bottle of oil, right? So maybe you need 20 bottles of oil to reach your goal. Okay. Maybe that means that you're going to have to up the amount of people that you're talking to. Maybe that means you're going to have to get a little bit uncomfortable in those messages that the bot sends you that you won't send to people because you're like, oh my God, delay is crazy. I would never say that. Maybe you send it, right? I get it. I hated them at first myself. Now it's really how I talk. Now I'm to the point, and I am looking to expose as many people as possible, whether they say yes, whether they say no. I'm not attached to either. I'm just going to continue exposing as many people as possible. And the messages work. I would never send you something in a bot that didn't work. The bot messages that we send you work. So start sending them. Right? Get committed. Get super committed. Maybe you got to take some more CBD before you do. Maybe you need to drink a glass of wine and then do it. I love when people get a little wine in them, because then they're like, oh girl, I messaged like 52 people. Oh my God. Right? Whatever it's going to take for you to get the job done, whatever, just get it done. So I will stop talking and take some questions if you have them so that we can make sure we answer your questions.
Yeah, y'all, and you can just unmute yourselves if you have a question, and feel free to hop on. Please do not be shy. It is just us. We are here to talk and help you, but we cannot help you if you don't ask the questions. So don't ever think that there's a question that's too dumb. A lot of you are brand spanking new, so there's no bad question. And like y'all, I'm here to tell you, y'all know how I talk. I think almost everybody on here except Lisa, I personally recruited. So y'all know how I talk inside of Messenger. And there are times it absolutely terrifies me. But I still message you anyway because I know what we have at our fingertips, and I would be mad if somebody had the opportunity to make $56,000 in 60 days and didn't message me and say, hey, yo, take a look at this, because you have to get over how you feel at the time and realize how you could go help somebody else. They may not be feeling that way. They may be praying. Tabitha, which I think she's going to try to hop on here in a minute, was literally praying for something else. And because of messages to her, she messaged and she's like, hey girl, I'm thinking about CBD, because she said something just told her to reach out. If you aren't sending those messages, that moment, you could literally be the answer to somebody's prayer. Do y'all know how powerful that is? Like, message to people. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
No, I think that's super powerful. I think it's important to share stories too. Like, when Erica first came over here with me, she was struggling, and it wasn't that Erica could sell anything. Erica can sell anything. She was in her own headspace about it being different than what she'd ever sold. And there was a lot of prayers on my end. Lord, just let her stick it out. Lord, show her some favor. Lord, show her some favor. I know she's got it in her. Show her some favor, Lord. And I just loved on her. Wasn't hard on her. I did at one point say, do you want me to be your coach or do you want me to be your friend? Because as your coach, you're probably not going to like what I'm going to say. And in that moment, she's like, I just need you to be my friend right now. Okay, I'll just be your friend. Right? But then the miracle happened. Then some random person in a mom group, I think it was, or a homeschool group, wins the $500. Then she signed a leader that was above me in our previous company. She signs a top leader in another company. Had she given up when she was just in her own way a little bit about shifting how she had to talk about things, she would have, not only would she have missed those blessings, but those people would have missed the blessing too. And that's what's so sad. You could probably live with a blessing you missed, but could you live with yourself knowing that you were responsible for someone else missing a blessing? It's tough stuff, right? So that's what has to get you through on those hard days. That's what has to get you through when you're like, this lady has lost her dang mind with these messages she's asking me to send. It's more about the person you're going to connect with. You know, I say this all the time, and I think I've said it on every live I've ever done. When I was a single mama and we were barely putting food on the table and I couldn't buy, like I was having to eat out from churches and help centers and all these things, no one ever told me about network marketing. It would have changed my life. I was the same person then as I am today as far as my ability just to go do the things. I would have been somebody's rock star, but no one told me. Who is the person you're not talking to that is struggling so bad right now that could come in and be your Tina Joy Carroll? Do you understand? Just if you haven't looked at our comp plan, we have this thing called check matching, right? That thing called check matching, and you recruit a Tina Joy Carroll, you won't have to do much else. Much else at all. Rihanna, there's my friend Rihanna, we've grown real close. We're sideline sisters. She's 100K as well. The girl that signed her is still executive. She's making $5,000 a month as an executive because of the check matching from Rihanna. Let that sink in. Powerful part of our compensation plan. So incredibly powerful, right? Okay, what questions do we have?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I accidentally put the peppermint oil on my cat's food.
Is that bad?
Not the bacon. That means I sent the bacon with my children.
Oh, stop. Oh, no.
I love it.
So
Well, the good news is it's the same thing. It's just bacon flavored. So, I mean, maybe they'll like bacon.
And it's less, and it's just less milligrams. It's just less milligrams, but oh my God, that is so funny.
No, my 8-year-old would be like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
My cats won't eat.
That is so
I had to throw theirs out. But my daughter asked me if it was okay, and I said, I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just a lesser milligram and a bacon flavored, so pets will eat it. And I mean, but humans can take it too. I mean, there's nothing different about it other than the flavor and the milligrams. So you're completely fine. You know, the other thing that I think is so important to say is to understand where you are in a company. And this is my third opportunity that I've been a part of, and I've never been in the beginning. I've heard about it. I've seen people. There's literally a lady that lives probably 4 or 5 minutes from me on the lake in a gated community. And she got in at the beginning of a company called It Works. And her residuals, she'll never leave, even though the company is like ridiculous and you shouldn't go there. She'll never have to leave because she got in at the beginning and her residuals are so completely ridiculous. How she lives is insane. That's where you are right now in this company. And each and every one of you on here have the same capability as I do, or as Erika does, or as any other leader that you see. You have those same capability. The capability is talking to enough people. That's all. And here's the really cool thing about it. The more people you talk to, the better you're going to get at it. The more people that you talk to, the better you're going to get at it, right? You're going to be terrible at first. You're going to stumble over your words. You're not going to know what to say. You're like, oh, no, Claire, help me. I don't know what to say. And then suddenly you're going to find yourself saying the things and not needing help. And then suddenly you're going to have this team who's relying on you to help them to say the things, right? That's how duplication works. That's how layered leadership works, right? But you just got to continue to talk to more people. You are a part of a company. The hemp product won't even be 2 years old until May. Okay. So it's not even 2 years old, where it's just now, literally, if you know what an S curve is, that's what they use to detail momentum, right? So just like an S. You haven't even begun to go up the hill into momentum yet. We're in pre-momentum still. There were 2,000 people at our conference that Erika-Michelle and I went to. 2,000 people. The last conference that I went to for that company at Works had 20,000 people at it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Super, super powerful. So I just think it's important for you to understand where you are, the timing of where you are, and taking massive action. Because here is what will happen if you don't. You are going to look back in a year or 2 years, and I'm still going to be doing it, and Erika's still going to be doing it, and things are going to be really, really good for us. You're going to see us traveling and paying off debt and blessing others and doing all these things, and you're going to be like, oh my God, why did I do it? And then you're going to feel like it's too late to jump in again and do it. Because then you're going to be in your head about it. So then you're just going to live the rest of your life exactly like you are right now, doing whatever it is that you're doing and not doing what it is you set out to do to begin with, right?
So true. Okay, Tina, my questions. Love the sweatshirt. Need it.
You know what it is?
Yes, Simpsons.
Yeah, it's from The Simpsons. So it's so funny. We don't even drink. This is why it's so funny. Because it actually has, I'm going to show you. It actually has a koozie. It's so hard to get open. It has a koozie in the pocket, like to hold your beer.
Stop. That's too funny.
Well, we were at Universal Studios and it was chilly and we didn't have a sweatshirt since we bought, this is all they had.
Yeah, I know you don't drink, so that's why I was laughing about it so much. Okay, so where I struggle. Networking, and yeah, I don't have the words that Erika has. I wish I did. That's why I'm always like, Erika, what do I say?
No one has the words Erika has. Erika's a freak of nature when it comes to words.
Right?
I mean, seriously, if you were trying to compare yourself to the way Erika speaks and talks and writes and does posts, stop.
True.
Like, I misspell words in just about everything that I do. Like, I don't know, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, just be you. Be authentically you. Erika's just authentically Erika. If Erika tried to be like me, it would be ridiculous. It would come off ridiculous. So just be you. And as far as networking, when you say that you struggle with networking, I think that you just need to remember these are just people on the internet. That's all. They're just people on the internet. So maybe they like you, maybe they don't. Maybe they buy product, maybe they don't. Remember, there's still the delete button. Just go make friends. And then you'll find yourself in a rhythm of doing it. And then you'll find yourself meeting new people and talking to more people. If it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't know Erika. I wouldn't know Lindsay. I wouldn't know Tammy. I wouldn't know Julie. These are the people that I talk to who breathe life into me every single day, especially Erika and Lindsay. Like they had those two ladies that I did not even know existed on this earth until the Facebook breathe life into me all the time. But I wouldn't have met them if I didn't just go push the add friend button. Right?
True.
I mean, I literally got in Erika's inbox today. I'm like, look, girl, I don't know if you know this, but you're under me and you and me are going to work together. Like, I didn't give her a choice. Like, you're going to be friends, okay? So I think it's so important that you just don't make it such a big deal. Just go push the add friend button. That's all.
And let me mention that was just in like January of this year. So that was not even a year ago. A lot has changed. And if you go back just even to December of last year and like where I was at then to now, it's incredible. But it never would have happened if the conversation never happened.
Yep.
So networking with people is just finding your people that you have similar like-minded interests with, checking out a couple of profiles. I mean, it's literally use the discover button. Using the discover button on Facebook, it connects you with people you already have something in common with. Facebook is automatically doing that on its own. So you're already going to have a higher chance of connecting with somebody using that button than anything. And then checking out a couple of profiles, friending, and then creating that authentic conversation to start. Hey, thanks so much connecting with me. Saw your profile, how's your day going? I mean, just start talking like you would if you meet somebody in person. Like you said, you were like a top salesperson at Nordstrom's. You can sell anything. Like if you could do that in person, girl, like why not Facebook?
I guess that's true.
Yeah,
it really is. It's just, I think we and I don't think I know because I'm guilty of it as well. We overthink the process of what it is that we're doing. All you're doing is making friends, making posts, telling people about CBD. That's all. Simple. And if you start to veer off from that, maybe write that down somewhere and say, okay, wait a minute. Whoa. Maybe you're scrolling through Facebook and you see this ad and it says, generate 1 million leads before midnight. And you're thinking you need that training because you haven't, that's when you need to say, whoa. What am I supposed to do? Make friends, share about CBD, right? Like just keep it simple. You have so much amazing training and what's coming. Oh my good Lord. When they told me about the John, that's why I was like, get freaking executive people. Like if you don't listen to anything else I do, I say ever get to executive, upgrade a kit to executive because of the John Eric training. It's going to change how you do social media. Guys, I have paid thousands of dollars for trainings, thousands to be better on social media, to understand how to get influence, thousands. And they're giving it to you.
And for those of y'all that don't know John Eric, let me tell you something. John Eric is the number one. And when I say the number one, I'm talking massive companies and corporations hire this man to come in and transition their company. He works with Universal Studios. He works with Facebook. He's worked with other network marketing companies. He works with major Fortune 500 companies, and they literally bring him in to change. So he is a legit person. So even if you don't know who he is, he's definitely somebody you want to try to plug in with and learn from and he knows so much about Facebook and Instagram. It is ridiculous how much he knows. So whether you maybe understand his value or not, just that alone, you can't even put a price on his coaching. I'm just going to say that you cannot put a price on it. You legit cannot put a price on it. So for them to be able to offer him up to us for free at no additional cost to you, it's priceless. It is absolutely priceless. The man changes businesses, period.
In the story, he does. Okay, any other questions you guys have?
Y'all, come on. Now is the time to do it. I know I'm going to call a couple people out. Y'all forgive me. Lisa's on here. She's brand new. She may not even know what to ask. So Tina, if you could just for 1 second, like since Lisa is so new, she may not even know what to ask. What would be just kind of Tabitha, do you have a question, love? I see you unmuted yourself, or did I unmute you? What would be like the number one thing for a new brand spanking new person coming in? Like what would you, just one like major tip to do to just launch your business?
You asking me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. That you're asking her. I'm over here like, la, waiting on an answer. Oh, I'm going to sleep when I'm super. Okay, so launching your business, I think first of all, make a post or go live on Facebook, and just let people know. People can't read your mind. They aren't going to know what you're doing unless you tell them, right? And then the second thing, don't assume that everybody's seen the post or the live video, because the reality is, especially if you've never done network marketing before and you've never understood the algorithm and posting and all that, maybe 8% of your friends seen it, right? So, just letting people know, being super excited. I think it's so important to remember why you joined. You were excited and you had a dream about something. Maybe it was $200 a month. Maybe it was paying a car payment, whatever that looks like for you. And go share that excitement with people, right? Just go talk to people. Hey, we put it in the bot messages. And Erica can go grab it and send it to you. But it's just, hey, I don't know if you know, but I started a CBD business. I've always admired you for XYZ. Like compliment them and then say, are you open to taking a look at what I do and giving me your feedback? You didn't ask them to buy anything and you didn't ask them to join you. You're just asking them to take a look. Again, this is where you have to get really good at separating yourself from the outcome. You're not looking Obviously, you want them to say yes, but you're not going to get attached to them if they say no, and you're like, oh my God, I was like, if this, I quit. People are going to say no. I get told no every single day, and it just rolls right off. I'm like, okay, sorry, you're okay, sure. We'll talk in a few weeks when you're like, change your mind. I'll even say funny things like that. Okay, I'll talk to you in a few weeks when you change your mind. Like, I'm just funny about it now. I don't even like get attached to it, right? But just, Lisa, I think it's so important just to let people know what you're doing and be excited about it. And if it's a little bit frightening for you, start with people that are complete strangers. Like, my favorite part of this business now is prospecting a cold market, because they don't know anything about me. They don't know if I'm shy or not shy or anything. That's why I'm so good in three-way chats with your people, because I'm not attached to the outcome. And that's why I close them all when you put them in a chat with me. Because I just say the things that need to be said and get the stuff done and move on about my day. And I'm not concerned about whether or not, I'm attached to it. So use three-way chats with your upline, because that's going to be super beneficial for you. But let people know. That's my biggest thing, is just let people know and be super excited. Be so super excited about what you have on. Because here's the thing. I was on a three-way call with a couple from Knoxville yesterday who are in real estate. One's the broker, one's the agent, and they're in their 60s, and they're like, I just want to be a part of the hemp industry. They literally just created their Facebook account just so they can message me. Like, that's how bad people want to be a part of the industry. But you got to tell them you're in it so that they can be a part of it with you.
That is super good. So if you guys don't have any questions or anything specific to your situation, your goals, your anything, I'm going to go ahead and let Tina hop off of here. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. At the end of the day, guys, I just want to see you reach your goals. And this is a business about team. I can't be 100K or 250 or 500 or a super without all of you succeeding. Right. And so never feel like you can't even reach out, or whether it's to Erica or to myself or whoever, and just say, hey, I just need your help. Hey, I'm talking to this girl and she loves Disney and you came to mind for a three-way chat. Okay, put me in. Right. I want to help you win, but I also can't read minds. I don't know where you're struggling unless you tell me. If you tell me, I'll help you. We'll get past it. So remember that. And don't think that there is something because you'll have struggles. Like, Tabitha's on here, Erica's on here. We've all been in network for a long time. Network marketing for a long time. You are going to struggle. It doesn't even matter if you're like a super in the company, you still have struggles. You aren't going to say anything that I haven't already gone through, that Erica hasn't, or that Tabitha hasn't already gone through. We've all gone through the same things that you're going to go through. So it's not stupid, first of all. You just have to let us know so that we can talk you through it. Because what happens is when you tell us, we can tell you how we overcame it. Because we've already been there, done that. And so then we can give you the tools and the resources to overcome whatever it is that you're going through. Whether it's a bad day, whether it's somebody was really mean to you, instead of just saying, no, I'm not interested, they were really nasty to you, or whatever it looks like, right? But just let us know, and don't feel foolish doing it.
Okay, Tina, so sorry, but I am going to put you in a chat with my two Disney ladies that are obsessed with Disney and have both asked me questions.
I'm happy to chat with them.
Thank you.
Do that tonight.
I am.
And just run, like, literally, guys, like we talked about in the very beginning, desperation is my best motivator always. And so run like your life depends on it, and just go after it. And that consistency is going to compound, and those seeds you're going to plant, you're going to reap a harvest. And it may not be in the time frame. Like, I'm going to be real with you guys. My goals are always way higher than where I am. Always. Right? Like, I wanted to be 250K this month. In a story. That's not going to happen. That's okay. I'm not beating myself up because I didn't hit it. I'd rather shoot high and miss than aim low and hit. Right? So just go after it. And don't, again, that's the other thing. Don't get attached to the outcome of that either. Just go after it. If your goal is 1,000 and you get 800, freaking congratulations. Do you know how many people join network marketing and never even sell one product or recruit one person ever? And you got 800 points in volume? It's freaking amazing. Right? So just don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah, and I think consistency is huge, you guys. If you wait to show up when you feel like it, y'all, let me tell you something. There are so many times, Nala's got a broken rib right now. You would never know it by looking at my Facebook. you would never know it, because I still have to do the things. I still have to let people know they can take the free tour. I still have to share that, testimony of, how I'm still losing weight. Everybody's looking for me to fail because I changed companies. I promise you there are a ton of people looking for me to fail. They're looking to see if I've gained any weight. They are looking to see if I'm looking like crap. They are looking to see all of the things go wrong.
What is that rubbing sound?
I don't know. Probably.
Okay. No, it was something that was rubbing against when you were talking.
I don't know. It's me.
You good
now. But my point is sometimes that has to be your motivator. You have to understand that no matter what is going on or how crappy you feel, people want to know they can always rely on you. Period. They want to know you're going to be consistent. They want to know you're going to continue to show up. So if you show up and then drop off and then show up and then drop off, they're not going to want to, they're going to be like, I don't know about her. They're going to start questioning. And you have to just be consistent at everything you do. Y'all, 2 to 3 posts a day. I know you're on Facebook a majority of the time. We all are. 2 to 3 quality posts a day will change your business. If you can get consistent with that and sharing the value and the benefit of something you have to offer, people are going to start knocking at your door. They're going to start saying, what is that? What are you doing? Okay, I got to know. They just are. So be consistent no matter how you feel, because how you feel does not matter. I know that sounds horrible. It matters to me. I want you to feel good all the time, I promise, but it doesn't matter to the people who are looking to buy from you or partner with you. It just doesn't. They want to know you're going to be there, period.
And we'll end with a funny story, because when she said that, it made me think of the story from today. I love people. They crack me up. Okay, so there's a girl on my team that I personally enrolled, and every single month she's like, this is going to be my month. I'm like, get it, girl. You go get the dang thing, right? I'm reading you out. And then at the end of the month, she's like, you know what, next month's going to be my month, right? I'm like, girl, I cannot wait for next month to be your month. So anyway, she gets in my inbox today, and she's like, oh my God, I have been so sick. And month end is my jam. Month end is where I make my magic happen. And I've been so sick, I hadn't been on Facebook in 2 days. And I thank God we weren't face to face, because I busted out laughing. She liked my post earlier today. I was like, oh my God, don't do that to yourself. Just don't make excuses. Just say, I don't want to work right now. But it made me literally laugh out loud. Like, you literally liked my post. You've been on Facebook. You liked my post.
Been on it. She just ain't posting on it.
She had to go the extra mile because she hearted it. She didn't just hit it and like and run. She had to click it and get the heart and all the things, right? So it made me laugh so hard. I was like, girl.
Oh my God.
Okay. Feeling better.
Right? Thank y'all so much for taking a couple minutes out tonight to hop on here. Y'all, I know, seriously, I tell y'all this all the time in our team chat. You guys, I have so much faith in each and every single one of you. I mean, not Lisa. Lisa, I don't know you, but I do have blind faith in you, okay? I don't really know you yet, but I'm going to get to know you, girl. I have so much faith and so much belief in every single one of you, and I know you guys can do it. Y'all, I have been in my head thing. Tina has coached me through so many of those moments, y'all. I promise she has. I promise. I can guarantee you there was a time where she was like, oh my God, here we go.
Oh, she got
at least once. At least once. But I know without a shadow of a doubt that each and every one of you can do this. You can rise with this. You can succeed with this. Plug in, follow the tools, follow the steps. Let us know how we can help. And thank y'all so much for hopping on here. Love y'all so much. Y'all, we can totally go 5K in 4 days. I know we can. Because each of y'all are going to hit your goals. You're going to hit that 1,000. You're going to hit that 3,000. Hell, Tabitha, you going for that 5K, girl. I know we can do this. Okay? We can. All right? I love y'all so much. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Erica.
All right. Bye, y'all.